names for my supporters now. So I figured out that the people that only like to like my videos are called my connoisseur spiders. Then I have people that like to just comment in general. They like watching my content, but they want to comment. That's my spider gang. And then I have those who want to just support by giving money. And I figured out that those are called my super spiders. Okay? I done figured it out now. And we're going to keep building up for this. If you don't like being called the connoisseur spiders, y'all actually need to, join the little spider gang for a second and say the actual name that you guys want. But I'm calling y'all connoisseur spiders because you guys have a very specific taste when it comes to how you want to use your likes. Anyways, enough with the intro. Today we're going to be talking about Jiu-Jitsu is chess. It's a thinking man's martial art. That's what the topic of today is. Now, of course, as always, if you have any questions, go ahead, comment it right now. And when I get done talking about the topic of the day, I'm going to read everything you guys say. And when I run out of things to talk about or things to read, we're going to be done for the day. Or just that's just going to be the stream. And the last question that someone typed in for the last live, they asked me a question was, should up and coming fighters go to college or should they jump into martial arts? Now, before we this is before we get to the actual topic of the day. Um, in my opinion, and I want you guys to understand that I'm not like other higher belts. Sometimes black belts they believe just because they have a black belt in jiu-jitsu or martial arts, they also have a black belt in life, and that's not actually the case. But in Smitty's opinion, I believe if you don't know what you want to do when it comes to college, you're coming fresh out of high school. I think college is a scam. This is my personal opinion. You do not have to follow what I'm saying. I think college is a scam if you don't know what you're doing. If you know you want to get into martial arts, you are fine to just take a break from college. And the reason why I say that is because you don't want to be in student debt trying to figure out what you want to do. At least be in debt for something you want to do. You get what I'm saying? But so if you are getting fresh out of college, no, fresh out of high school, that was what the person was asking me, or I guess fresh out of college, but fresh out of high school, then definitely I say hop into martial arts early, right there, 18, about 17, 18, you graduate, you're such a prime age to jump in it, and by the time you become a black belt at whatever you do, karate or there's no black belts in Muay Thai, but like you could be a black belt level of skill. You'd be like 23, 24, 25. That's prime age to do whatever you want to do for martial arts. And martial arts is very lucrative. Like it's expensive, but if you're trying to go into the business side, it's very lucrative. Anyways, Jiu-Jitsu is a thinking man's martial art. Jiu-Jitsu is chess. What made me think about this topic today was I was sitting back and somebody messaged me. No, they was in my comment section and they was like, "Let's have a match. I believe I could beat you." And in my opinion, it's so funny to me when people say this. There's actually multiple things I want to talk about in this live about jiu-jitsu being a thinking man's martial art. Number one, if I had the amount or if I had half of the amount of footage that I have online on everyone else, if I had that amount of footage, I would be able to beat everybody. I'd be unbeatable. What people don't understand, and leads into my other point that I want to talk about, is someone asked me, Smitty, do you ever lose? And how come you never post you losing at all? If you do lose, this is my issue. I think people do not quite understand that I am an active competitor. I'm doing something that most competitors would not dare to do. You don't see Conor McGregor. You don't see John Jones. You don't even see Gordon Ryan if we're going to stick with grappling, Craig Jones. Even Nicky Rod, like especially in B Team, they have a rule and New Wave Jiu-Jitsu, that's where Gordon Ryan is at, where you cannot record. You cannot record in their gym because everybody's constantly trying to hide what they're working on. But then when you have Smitty'Wit, you see everything Smitty'Wit is trying to work on. You see every single skill set that Smitty'Wit has. You have all of Smitty'Wit's competition footage. And what I've discovered about that is back in February, I was going against at Main Character Jiu-Jitsu against this guy. I forgot his name. He doesn't need no clout anyway. But I told this man I was going to triangle choke him, right? This man spent an entire month. He had a month of training. He spent an entire month preparing triangle defense. And as a white belt, they said he was a white belt, but whatever. I think he's technically a blue belt. But as a white belt, he was able to counter me within a month preparing for triangle defense. So when I go to these competitions, people don't understand. I'm loud with it. Like I'm in pink. Everyone knows who I am. And my competitors, when we step on the mat, to confirm who I am, they see a Spider-Man suit, right? So they have watched all my videos and they know exactly what I'm coming with. And I have no clue who I'm dealing with. And I have to figure them out right there on the mat. And this is why I say Jiu-Jitsu is a thinking man's martial art. This is the topic of the day. We're talking about Jiu-Jitsu is chess. It's a thinking man's martial art. I have to figure them out. Now, I love that. I love doing it, by the way. I'm not complaining about that. I love that you know everything that I can do, and I don't know what you can do, but I still beat you at your own game. I still submit you. I still have a 99% submission rate. But my point is, why would I not only show people what I'm working on, because that makes it even more difficult to get what I'm working on, but I would show people what I potentially might be struggling with in the gym. Why would I do that? Why would I show that if I fall into this position right here, this is the position that I might get like stuck on, and you might have a chance? Why would I do that? I don't think people don't quite get that. I don't have my little rag, so Smitty might be sweating today. I thought I had my little sweat rag, but anyways, but yeah, why would I do that? But people just don't understand that. So when people tell me, Smitty, I think I could beat you, I'm just like, okay, and like I think I would believe I could beat me too if I had that much footage. But so this is where that was sort of a rant and a tangent, but I'm still on topic. I'm still on topic. So why is this the case that this works so well for me? In terms of how is it that everyone knows what I'm doing, but I'm still able to maintain basically almost a 99% submission rate? Well, what I've discovered, and this is why I don't mind showing my highlight videos. Jiu-Jitsu is a thinking man's martial art. It's chess. Once you get past all of the physicality, you get past the cardio, and you train every day, and you train your hardest, it's going to come down to outthinking and outwitting your opponent. It's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to what you know. And this right here is why I consistently show multiple highlights now. Because now what this has triggered me to do is, at first I used to be the triangle guy. And I used to be the triangle guy, and people started figuring out how to basically counteract the triangle. So then I started working on leg locks, and then people started calling me the leg lock guy, and I was like, I'm really not that good at leg locks, but if you give me a chance, I'm gonna catch you. But then I was like, okay, so then I started working on Kimuras. There's like this viral video of me catching someone in the Kimura trap, and then I turned around, and as time kept going, I kept studying more and more and more and more, so I could learn how to basically combine all of this stuff. And that's where you have to go. If you should strive to be a submission artist. That is what makes jiu-jitsu fun to watch. Nobody wants to see you guys hugging people. They don't want to see you win by points because the spectator doesn't know what's going on. But the spectator does understand that somebody got submitted. Even if they don't understand what's going on, if the match ends in a submission, that for some strange reason, it it makes jiu-jitsu very exciting. So you want to be a submission artist. And you have to basically to become a submission artist, you need to study. There's only 6 families of submissions. I always talk about this and I'm gonna always keep talking about this. You have the back, you have leg locks, you have arm bars, guillotines, you have triangles, you have kimuras. There's multiple variations, possibly almost endless variations of what you can of these situations. There's variations of back attacks, variations of leg locks, variations. This is why you have specialists. Like for example, I'm gonna always promote her, Taylor Moore. I love her to death. Pineapple Head. She is what I would call a guillotine specialist. Like she has delved into the guillotine family and she just runs through all of these girls with guillotines. So you could be a specialist, but when you're like me and you consistently show everything you're working on, eventually people are going to figure out how to get around it. Even for Taylor, as a guillotine specialist, she's now starting to take women's backs and she's starting to get arm bars because you can't when you start to become known, people start to learn how to counter you. Jiu-Jitsu is a thinking martial art. And then what's going to happen is, here we go. This is beautiful for white belts that are watching. I'm going to tell you guys what I have learned thus far for every single belt. Let me drink this water first. This is so crazy right here. Let me help you guys out. This right here is something, if you are brand new at jiu-jitsu or you're trying to get better at jiu-jitsu, I'm about to show you something crazy. At white belt, if you want to compete at white belt, pick one of the submission families and just only go to the gym and drill that. Because when you go to white belt tournaments, white belts' defenses are not that good. So it comes down to who can get their submission off the most or who can stall in a dominant position to win by points. But from what I have seen, if you have a white belt that has a really good submission, he will run through his entire bracket. A really good submission and good cardio. When you get to blue belt, now watch this. There's going to be 2 types of practitioners that you're going to become. And it's going to go from your journey to white belt to black belt. You're either going to be an attack artist, a submission artist, or you're going to be a stalling points player. And you can start off as a white belt, a submission attacking artist. But as you continue, you might end up being a stalling. You might get to purple belt, and all of a sudden you start stalling, and you win by points. Okay, so you have to, throughout your journey from white belt to black belt, always try to be that submission artist, that submission expert. And it's hard to maintain that because as you go up in levels, there's different challenges. So when you get to blue belt, for example, for me, what I've discovered is you need to then start learning how to chain your submissions together when you get to blue belt. So if you want, remember, the goal is to be a submission artist. We want jiu-jitsu to become mainstream, and we want you to be famous, and we want you to be get money and be like a superstar. So you got to be a submission artist. So when you're at white belt and you begin learning a submission family that you like, and you start running through everybody, you're gonna get to blue belt, and then what you want to do is start figuring out how to chain your submissions together. Now, or chain positions with your submission. Learn what position allows you to get your submission off better, because blue belts, unlike white belt, blue belts now understand positions. And blue belt, in my opinion, is probably an interesting breed, because white belt, you have people at white belt that's been doing jiu-jitsu for about a year, right? Maybe a year and a half, maybe a year and a half. But when you get to blue belt, it goes from, you have guys who've been doing jiu-jitsu for 2 years to probably 10 years. I literally met somebody that's been a 10-year blue belt. I have met that before. So what you want to do is you want to figure out how to chain you could either use another submission to enhance your favorite submission, or you could use learn positions to enhance your favorite submission. That's how you do it. And when you deal with purple belts and brown belts and black belts, the higher you go, the more they stall. The more they stall, they get more scared to pull the trigger. And I remember I went against a purple belt for the first time as a blue belt, and I also got to compete against a black belt before as well. And what I've learned is that the higher you go, it's going to go from being a submission artist to, you have to fall in love with positions, dominate the position to get your submission. That's why you hear black belts say, oh, position over submission. But when you're white belt and blue belt, you don't have to worry about that. But when you get to purple belt, brown belt, black belt, you got to worry about that. And the only way to do that is you must study jiu-jitsu. You have to study jiu-jitsu. You can lift weights all day. That's good. You want to lift weights. You want to lift the weights. You could practice cardio, go hill sprints, run, whatever. That's good for you. You want to be able to overwhelm your opponents. That's what cardio is for. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to being able to read your opponent and outmaneuvering them and outwitting them and outfoxing them. That's what it's going to come down to. What is my opponent doing? What is his submission weakness? So this is kind of you have a submission specialist, and you have someone like me that knows multiple submissions, right? So as a submission specialist, you have to ask yourself, what in the world, what position does this person don't know that I could put them in that could get me to my submission better? Or as a submission, like a multi-variable submission expert, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I know a lot of submissions where I can combine them. I ask myself, what is their submission weakness? One thing that I've learned about a lot of people is, in their gym, they might get submitted a lot by rear naked chokes, right? So you catch them in the rear naked choke position, and this person is like 80cc black belt defense level, and you can't get through their defenses to choke them out. Okay, that's fine. Don't be wavered. This person is good at that because he might get beat up all the time in his gym in that position. That's fine. Put him in the armbar position. Can he get out of that? Okay, he can get out of that. Okay, so someone in his gym might be an armbar specialist. Try some leg locks. Okay, he's kind of getting out of the leg locks. Okay, let me try to see if I can keep pushing for leg locks. He probably doesn't know something. And then he might put himself out of position. Boom, it's a guillotine. His guillotine defense skill sucks because nobody in his gym goes for guillotines. Everybody, including Smitty, has a submission weakness, and you have to figure it out. That's why, in my opinion, it's good to know multiple submissions than being a submission specialist. In my opinion, it's good to know all 6 of the families, or at least a variation for each family, instead of just being like the armbar guy, you know? You don't want to just be, it's okay to be a specialist, though. It's okay, because I used to be a triangle specialist. That was me. Hold on, I'm so sorry. Let me, my little rag is right here. Yes. I'm going to always explain this part for the lore. You're going to always see me go off camera to dry my face. Somebody roasted me one live, and it was so funny, so I'm making sure my face stays dry. But there's nothing wrong with being a submission specialist. Gordon Ryan is known for being a back attacker. Like if Gordon Ryan takes your back, it's over. Smitty is, I would say, definitely a triangle specialist. I know all of the positions of like the variations of triangles. There's like five of them, you know, and then there's also like silly triangles, like triangles that shouldn't work, but I, that's yeah. So, but jujitsu is a thinking man's martial art. That's the way to get. That's the way to rise up and get better. If you want to get better in jujitsu, you have to study this art. It's the same with chess. You want to get. I'm a chess player, so you're gonna always hear me bring up chess references. I've been playing chess since I was 4. But if you want to get better in chess, you have to study chess. If you want to get better in jiu-jitsu, you can't just go to the gym and just simply just roll. I mean, you could go to the gym if you want to be a competitor, right? It's a mandatory. You need to go to the gym 4 days a week. Mandatory. Mandatory. If you want to be a competitor, 3 days or anything below 4 days is not enough. That's hobbyist. So go once you get past that, where you go to the gym 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week. Once you get off that mat, yes, you trained your body, but you need to train your mind as well. You need to train your mind. When you're dealing with people in jiu-jitsu, there's a mental battle going on as well. There's a mental battle. And you need to know, you need to step on that mat, and in your mind, you know more than that person. Like some people, for example, always comment, they say, Smitty, when you step on the mat, you have a stone face. You look so calm. That's because I studied so much before I got there. When I'm getting on that mat, I'm like, okay, I did all the physical training that I possibly could have done, and I did all of the studying that same day. Because I have a belief that if you go to the gym, let's say you went to the gym today, right? And you didn't study no jujitsu, you wasted your time. You wasted your time. You need to study. It's not just the physical, it's the mind. So I've done both of these. And I'm thinking in my mind, I know my opponent didn't do that. I know he didn't do that. So I have a straight face because I feel like I'm better than them. And some people's gonna say that's cocky, but I don't care. You need to. There's this weird thing with the spectators. I don't know who it is, where they don't want you to be cocky and sure of yourself. And I don't understand that, because when you step on the mat, this person, you need to be sure of yourself. You need to be cocky. Now, of course, you don't want to be, I guess, arrogant where you're trash talking everybody. I think when I first started, I was kind of like that, but I've mellowed out a little bit. People were just irritating me, so I understand why Gordon Ryan is always mad, because people just irritate him. But I've learned to kind of just mellow out, chill, relax, and I found my audience. So when people are just being like rude and they're like, "Oh, I used to be a fan of you," I'm like, "You didn't used to be a fan of me, bro. You just needed a reason not to like me." But jiu-jitsu is a thinking martial art. I think I've said everything that needs to be said about it. Maybe I'm about to read you guys' comments right now. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I can't think of anything else. So I'm about to read these comments. We're 25 minutes in. Well, it's 24 minutes, but we're about to be 25 minutes in. I have names for my audience now. So I got my jujitsu connoisseurs. That's why I call you guys. My jujitsu connoisseurs like my videos only. That's their way of support, and I love you guys for it. But y'all been letting me down lately. I need y'all, if that's the method you want to show Smitty support, please like the video. And I got my spider gang. These are the commenters that are inside of these comments right now. When you comment, you're part of the spider gang. You are a part of the spider gang, and I love you guys. These are the guys that share my videos. These are the guys that comment. Love you guys. I love my connoisseurs too. Y'all like to sit in the back, sip and watch. That's fine, but I need you guys to like the video. It really, really helps. Trust me. And then I got my super spiders. These are the ones who don't want to comment. They don't want to like, but they share support with their money. So we could probably one day be in a nice little studio. And, so all three of you guys, I appreciate all of you guys. And we're going to continue making more, maybe subsections of the community. But I feel like it's my job to continue to get better at Jiu-Jitsu. That's why I say Jiu-Jitsu is a thinking man's martial art. It's my job to continuously get better, share with you guys my knowledge, because people are not going to do that for you. There's so many practitioners that are hiding. They're scared to show what they're learning. It's taboo. But it's my job to get better, and my connoisseurs, it's your job to like the video. My spider gang, it's you guys to comment, and my super spiders, keep providing the support, the money support, so we can continue to grow this out, and then I can give it back to you guys. Anyways, I talked enough. Let me read you guys' comments. Let's see what the spider gang has to say. So, someone said, hello, I follow a lot of your shorts. And how is your shoulder? I'm currently in a walking boot, and the road to recovery is a lot of mental. Yes, I have a live stream that is called Bouncing Back from Injuries. And it shows me when I was in the hospital bed. If you want to hear me really go in depth with the shoulder injury, you should really check that out. Everybody was talking about injuries that live. You should check that out. But I will tell you, my shoulder is okay. I wish it was 100%. I really do. I haven't really got it x-rayed or nothing, but it's like I said, I believe in that bouncing back from injuries live. I believe I said your limitations will make you limitless. Your limitations will make you limitless. Your mental. If you consistently believe that you can come back and you're going to be stronger, you will become stronger. You are what you say you are. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I wish my shoulder was 100%, but because of that, I now am really emphasized on conditioning, recovery, sleeping, nutrition. I believe my shoulder injury was not just, it was unfortunate, but it was also a blessing. So it is a lot of mental. It is a lot of mental. Someone says, your flow is crazy. It seems like you never stop moving. Yeah, I am. People ask me all the time, like, hey, Smitty, how tall are you? If you meet me in person, I'm very unconvincing, to be honest. It's so funny. Very unconvincing. I'm like, I want to say I'm 5'7", but some people say I'm 5'6". They say I look smaller in person. It's just until we start, rolling and stuff and grappling is when people start seeing the actual magic of what I do. But as a smaller person, I believe in constant motion. I believe, especially in Nogi, constant motion. I'm a very pressure style opponent that you would have to deal with. I'm going to be constantly coming at you. I'm going to be constantly trying to figure out your weakness. So, yeah, that's my flow. And then I'm just getting better and better and better. And honestly, the fuel behind how I've gotten so good is you guys. Me consistently saying, because I swear every time I go compete, I'm thinking, can I do something cool where my people gonna go crazy, like my fans is gonna go crazy? Sometimes I've even had little kids watching me. Oh, that's Smitty'Wit, and I'm like, all right, I need to show out. So a lot of this stuff is you guys. I say it's because of you guys. Someone said, bro, what's good, bro? It's very similar to chess, in which players are ranked into different classes to titled players. Exactly. Jiu-Jitsu is a thinking martial art. It's a physical martial art, yes. It's a physical martial art. It's like, I would say this, the reason why you want to make sure you're physically tuned is, it's like, if anybody understands chess, when you first start the game off, right? The game has perfectly lined up pieces, right? But what makes jiu-jitsu a little bit different is your body is the piece, right? And if you don't come tuned up, it's kind of like starting a game with missing pieces. That's why you want to be physically tuned up, because you want to have all the pieces ready to play against your opponent. Now, just because you have all the pieces ready, don't mean that you mentally understand the game. This is why I said you need to study jiu-jitsu. You must study jiu-jitsu. Someone says, should I train jiu-jitsu or lose weight first? You should go train jiu-jitsu because nothing will prepare you for jiu-jitsu. You need to hop in it. Stop waiting. I think there's a video I posted recently. It was talking about the best age to start martial arts. And I said in that video, I said stop waiting because what's going to happen is you're going to look up and when you finally join, you're going to wish you started earlier. It's for all practitioners. They're going to be like, damn, I wish I started earlier. I could have been like XYZ. So don't wait. Stop waiting. Someone said, and the person that said, should they train jiu-jitsu or lose weight? They said they are 347 pounds. That should be more than enough. You should hop in right now. Someone said, I'm definitely a specialist. I got a nasty Kimura. Hey, honestly, Kimuras in jiu-jitsu is the least, it's documented as the least effective submission. But I have a theory that the reason why Kimuras are quote unquote not the most effective submission is because Kimuras connect all the submissions. If you have a good Kimura, that means your combinations of jiu-jitsu should be insane. A Kimura connects to everything. It connects to all of the families. It's like if I get a Kimura grip, oh my God, you're about to go through a blender because I'm about to send you. There's a video of me doing that. Someone that my opponent, he gave me the Kimura grip. I'm actually about to do a commentary on that. He gave me a Kimura grip and I put that man through a whole blender. I was attacking the back. I was trying to get an armbar. I was trying to get a Kimura. I ended up finishing him with a triangle choke. Someone said, go in and train. Yes, go train. To my guy that's 347 pounds, go train. Speak, my brother. You are the king of jiu-jitsu. We are together. Brazil's here. Hey, man. I told you guys last live, I got a big Brazilian audience, man. You guys are so nice. I thought the Brazilians hated me, but that was just certain people. But I learned O Menino. O Menino. And A Menina. Like, I'm learning. I gotta learn Portuguese, man. Because y'all come in here and y'all be like, oh, bravo. Y'all be saying all y'all stuff. I need to learn how to talk to you guys. Someone said, can I get the N-word pass? Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Just don't call me the hard R. Someone said, do you ever train in the gi? I'm a blue belt in the gi, but I no longer train in gi. I think gi is, me personally, my personal opinion, I think gi is a waste of time. Someone said, hey, Smitty, 18 years old, 72 kg, 5'8" male, and I'm very strong, but I get submitted by skinny guys. I'm a white belt. This is depressing, but I'm trying to master the triangle choke. Any tips? You need, when it comes to the triangle choke, the way I got good at the triangle choke is I drilled the triangle choke for an entire month. I drilled it for an entire month. Like, that was the only thing I was constantly drilling, the triangle choke. I would say you're probably not drilling enough if you're getting beat up by skinny guys. Like I said, you're coming in strong, but you probably need to, I think you need to get submitted more. Every time people tell me like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm like, get submitted more. You start recognizing patterns and little silly stuff people do to you. There was this one particular guy, he was a black belt, and I hope he doesn't see this. Well, no, he can see this now. But when he had this really annoying toe hold. Oh my God. It was just so irritating. Like, every time you get in a position with him, he's just grabbing your toe. And I'm like, bro, like, can you come up with something new? But one day I just told myself, you know what? I'm gonna try to get submitted by him like 50 times until I figure this out. So I specifically, every time he walked in, I went with him. I was like, come here, and we would just be rolling, and he kept contorting my foot, and it was pissing me off. But then I finally figured out how to get around it. And once I figured it out, which is basically, I'm not gonna explain it because you'd have to see it. But I finally figured out how to get around him. And now, when he comes in the gym, I mean, sometimes it's still an issue. But now, when other people try to get me in toe holds and they're not that black belt, I just kind of like let them try what they're gonna try, and then I end up submitting them. But if someone's catching you in a specific submission, go get submitted by them a couple of times and try to figure it out. Even ask them the question, because people love to, especially in the gym, they love bragging about what they did to you. Like, hey, what did you get me with? And they're gonna explain to you everything they did. I did this, I did this, I did this. I'm like, okay, not a problem. And then there you go. Now you're learning. So if you're getting submitted, and if you want to get good at triangle chokes, all of my triangle chokes always came from open guard too. Open guard is like one of my favorite ways to get triangle choke. I mean, now I get triangle chokes from everywhere. But when I first started, I'll be in a half guard, and then I'll pull my leg out and go into open guard, and then that's how I'd catch people. So Mr. John is called the humbling phase. Stick with it. You will get better. Correct. How can I study Jiu-Jitsu alone? I use BJJ Fanatics. I've, oh my God, I've paid for so much, just so much. I paid for so many videos. This is why I will never talk trash about Gordon Ryan or John Danaher. Lachlan Giles is a nice dude, but mainly Gordon Ryan, John Danaher, especially John Danaher. I've learned so much from buying their DVDs. Jiu-Jitsu instructionals are very expensive. So if you don't have money for all that, I would say definitely go online. You can watch my videos. That sounds cocky, but I've had many people tell me that my videos do help them understand things. I'm gonna start doing more commentaries, because now that I'm a purple belt, 10th Planet has this little thing, a rule that you cannot do commentaries until you're like purple and up. And yes, I was doing commentaries before, but I couldn't do it in the gym with someone sitting in front of me like I'm gonna start doing it for you guys. So that'll probably help out too. Deliver like free commentaries. This is why I tell you guys. I say my connoisseur spiders. These are the guys that like to like my videos. Like that video. My spider gang who comment. So we can have some super spiders give some money. All this stuff helps me out. Then I could give you guys, because honestly, people keep telling me, Smitty, you should be charging people. Why are you giving away stuff for free? And I'm like, well, there's ways of getting money for free by just the support of my fans. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I might have it backwards, but yeah, if you guys keep supporting me the way within these three methods, liking the videos, commenting, or donating money, whichever one, all that helps. And then I could give it back to you guys. Let's continue. Did you wrestle in school? No, I did football. I did football and track. I did grow up though. I wanted to talk about this last live. I did grow up watching WWE. I don't care what nobody says. WWE, there's certain things that I do that I got from watching WWE as a young child. I had a best friend who was he was a large dude. Large young man. And he used to beat up on me all the time because he used to try these WWE moves. We had WWE video games. And I think, honestly, that's where some of my understanding of jiu-jitsu probably came from, just wrestling with the homie growing up. But did I formally wrestle in school? No, I didn't. Greetings from Argentina. Spider, nice. Comment, my little spider gang. How do you deal with guys that want to fight outside the gym due to a misunderstanding? I would like, if you're still here, I would like for you to explain the situation a little bit better, so I can tell you what I think you should do. I would say, to be honest, do not fight. Don't fight nobody from your gym. It makes things awkward. My first shoulder dislocation actually happened because of a fight in the gym. Um, you you might be better in all aspects or skill sets than that person, but they messing you could injure yourself dealing with somebody that's not very smart, and that's what happened to me. Um, and it's funny too because I wasn't even gonna beat up the dude. I was just gonna take him down and just show him that I could hurt him. But me trying to make sure he was okay, I ended up dislocating my shoulder. I don't think fighting somebody is worth it. If they attack you, okay, you can defend yourself. You get what I'm saying? But you should be able to talk it out. In my opinion, you should be able to talk it out or stay away from them. There's other men in the gym. You need to talk to some black belts. You should be able to talk that out. In my opinion, you should be able to talk it out. If you have to fight that person, I need to know the story and what's your skill set versus their skill set. I need to know if you'll be able to defend yourself. There's like a lot of questions I have for that. Someone said, "Come in France." One day I'll be there. One day. Respect, brother. You're a spider monkey. Love to watch you roll. Much love from BC, Canada. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's your ELO in chess? I'm 1769, I believe. 1769. Because I play bullet chess, blitz chess, and rapid. So bullet, I make a lot of stupid. People who don't understand, bullet chess is basically like 1 minute. Okay, so I make a lot of funny mistakes. I'm like, I don't know, maybe 1500 in bullet chess. Right now I'm 16, 16 in blitz chess, and rapid, which is basically more time. I'm like 1769, I believe. I always feel bad for those who get suplexed or slammed. Me too. Every time I see that, I'll be like, damn. I don't want nobody doing that to me. I'll be mad as hell. I'll be so angry. If you're new to Jiu-Jitsu, learn wrestling as well, specifically takedowns and takedown defense. Uh, it depends. It depends. I mean, if you're brand new to Jiu-Jitsu, what you need to actually do, let me see. Let me make sure you said it. You said learn wrestling. Okay, so you didn't say it. Drill. If you drill takedowns. Drill takedowns is someone taking you down before you wrestle. Before you like in the room start wrestling with people, start drilling takedowns. Like start understanding what you're looking for. Understand what a snap down is. Understand what a single leg is. Understand how to properly shoot. Understand how to properly sprawl. Because if you are just freeballing it and just trying to take people down, oh my God, you're seriously going to hurt yourself or someone else. You're going to do something very, very stupid and somebody's going to get hurt. So make sure, I would say for wrestling, drill. And what you should do, I'm going to give you, this is a pro tip. Start learning how to get out of the front headlock position. And also learn how to get out of turtle position. So for those who like you find yourself on your back all the time, and because and then they keep passing your guard, right, getting to side control, learn how to get to turtle and wrestle up from there. Like honestly, that right there, man, I would have to. That right there is going to be a whole nother live. That's a whole nother live to talk about. But right now, today's topic is Jiu-Jitsu is a thinking man's martial art. Why do you post only your wins? I've seen people make you look like a yellow belt. Who? Who's made me look like a yellow belt? Mr. B. Lewis. There is a 20% of the game use the 80%. There is 20% of the game use the 80% of the time. What do you mean by that? You said there is a 20% of the game use the 80% of the time. It is chess. Wait, let me see. Why you? I've seen. Okay, so someone said point taken, but no one counts yellow belt unless you're a kids class white belt, white blue. No one cares about stripes either. No. So what this person is trying to do is they're saying, why do I only post my wins? And they've seen someone make me look like a yellow belt. This is basically what I was talking about earlier. If you scroll back, it's prime point exactly. Why would I post if I'm an active competitor? You guys want to see me do MMA. You guys want to see me go to ADCC trials. You guys want to see me do all these big competitions. Why would I post anything that I'm struggling with? It's already, you don't see none of the top players. None of the top players posting highlight videos. You see none of these guys doing it. Gordon Ryan just recently posted he recently posted a full round video, right? But Gordon Ryan, that's Gordon Ryan. He's the highest dude, and he finally posted like a little snippet of him training. You don't see Craig Jones doing it. You don't see Nicky Rod doing it. You wanna know why? Because people learn what you're working on and they learn how to counter you. Smitty'Wit is the only person actively giving you guys game for free and also giving my competitors ways to see what exactly I'm working on and how to counter me. So why would I show them what I'm struggling with? I think people don't quite think about that. Well, they don't care. Really, people just want to see me lose. That's really what it comes down to. I just have people, they just want to see me lose. I'm gonna have another topic probably tomorrow, which is gonna be called "Put Yourself in Winning Positions." We're gonna talk about that for Jiu-Jitsu. There's a lot of things I want to talk about that. Anyways, let me continue with the Spider Gang, the chat. Who cares about belts? I've been a first degree black belt since 2015 and still #1 in the country. I'm gonna say this, man. I people have this weird fascination with belts. What belt are you? I'm like, it doesn't matter, because that's why I say jiu-jitsu is a thinking man's martial art. It's gonna come down to knowing more than the other person. You could be a black belt, right? And you're getting beat up by a blue belt. You wanna know why? Because you was in attendance black belt. There's a difference. You have a competitor black belt and you have an attendance black belt. An attendance black belt could have been a guy that came to class 2 days a week for 10 years. Or 3 days. Let's give him 3 days. He came consistently for 3 days for 10 years. And now he is a black belt, right? But then you have like this blue belt. He comes to class 5 days a week and he competes regularly. He's gonna be working that black belt, but especially if he that's what was going on with Nicky Rod. Nicky Rod was a blue belt beating up on black belts. I mean, now Nicky Rod is a physical specimen too. And then once Nicky Rod started learning jiu-jitsu, he started really beating up on these dudes. But that's my point though, Like let me continue. Do you got any striking? Yep. That's one thing I won't be showing though. I've learned about the striking community is different than the grappling community. These guys are very anal about not showing what they're working on, and with good reason. But I do have a coach who might be willing to show like us sparring, and in that you will see me get worked. I love my new striking coach. I love that man. He's really dope. But strikers are very anal. They do not want you to see what they're working on. So yeah, I do have striking, but it's gonna be hard to show that. I base my triangle game off of yours. Hell yeah, oh yeah. You need to understand that there are 5 types of triangles. You have the front triangle. You have, I believe the front triangle is called the Mote Senkaku, but we're just going to stick with the English names. Front triangle, side triangle, opposite side triangle, reverse triangle, and the back. I call it the backwards triangle, but it's called the rear triangle. There's 5 types of triangles. The one that you need to master, though, is the front triangle, which is basically the classic triangle that everyone knows. Like, that's basically it. But I believe the triangle choke is very, if you develop a really good triangle, it's very synonymous with guard retention. So sometimes people will ask me, they'll be like, "What? Like, how is your guard retention so good?" It's because my opponents are trying to dodge a triangle. It's because I'm always looking for angles to put someone in a triangle choke, and it ends up making me invert or spin under them, and we end up in point where we first started. So either you try to pass my guard and fall into an inverted reverse triangle, or we end up back at, where we first started. So having a solid triangle game is really good, because then when you develop a leg lock game, oh my god. Triangles also, like, this is a cool little thing. Learn triangles and also learn some leg locks. And once you like a as above, so below. And then when you have good triangles and you're studying leg locks, people are going to be running away from your leg locks. Then start learning guillotines, because when they start kicking their legs away, you could grab the back of their head. Free game, free game. How many 9-year-olds can you take on in a street fight? They get bamboo sticks and you fight barehanded. You was in my last live. You're funny. You was in my last live. They I could still take them. I could still take them. You wanna know why? Because I could take one of these little 9-year-olds. Don't have is gonna get that bamboo. I told you, as long as I have a bamboo stick, they can have bamboo sticks too. As long as you give me the bamboo stick, I'm going crazy. So I'm gonna snatch it from one of them. Smitty, you the man. Wish I could learn and train with you. You will one day. I'm 100% sure. Bro, what's good? B Team definitely posts their roles, bro. A lot of high level guys have their highlights on Instagram. No, they don't. I went to Texas. B Team has a literal, when you walk in, it says no cameras. I didn't go to B Team, but the reason why I didn't go was because you couldn't record. B Team shows you what they want you to see. And no, a lot of high level guys do not like the way I'm doing it, where you post just back to back highlights every day. They do not do that. They don't do that. They don't. I learned from your roles. Keep on outthinking your opponents. Keep throwing up the West Side salute. Yeah, they hate when I do this. Oh, they hate that. I don't give a damn. What do you do to chill out before your matches? I'm burning out so fast, even though I'm in shape. I think you're scared. Respectfully, I'm saying this, by the way. I think when you could be completely in shape, but your nerves is what drains you. Usually I go take a nap. I don't think too much. I start listening to music. I actually, one thing I do too is I watch my opponents. Cause yeah, you guys can see what I like. Everyone knows what I'm capable of, but I don't know what my opponents are capable of. So I literally go sit there and I watch them, or I go watch other matches. Sometimes you might see somebody do something cool in a match, or something bad might happen in a match, and it makes you aware. I think awareness is so key. You're a wizard. Thank you. Is there an easy or common submission in lower levels? I think all the submissions work in the lower levels. All of them. I do know, this is some stats for you. This is some stats. For children. Children commonly lose by arm bars. In the first 2 minutes 2 minutes of adult matches and children as well, the guillotine is the highest percentage submission. In the first 2 minutes, I think it's 3 minutes, but I'm gonna say 2 minutes when you first start. What else? Triangle chokes. If you're brand new, start drilling triangle chokes. Especially if you got agile legs, you will run through everybody. Kimuras, nah. I think everyone kind of instinctive. Well, if you're explosive, if you're the explosive type, Kimuras would be great for you. Uh, yeah, rear naked chokes too. Rear naked chokes is pretty, but yeah, rear naked chokes is solid. I think I said everything. Yeah, leg locks you can't do heel hooks at the lower levels. So there's not a lot of leg locks. I think leg locks are not really the best at the lower levels. But if you develop a solid straight ankle lock, like that's pretty good. You could break a lot of foots with a straight ankle lock. Straight ankle locks are dangerous. Straight ankle locks are very dangerous. Are you in California? Yep, I'm in SoCal, Los Angeles. Um, you're a beast. Have you ever lost? And if so, can we see the video? Yep, there's a video where in two has it been 3 years? 3 years, I think. I haven't been submitted in 3 years in competition, and I got submitted. What was that? That was like 4 months ago. Was that? I guess it was 4 months ago. The guy, I honestly didn't see it coming. Like I thought he was going for a knee bar, and I was chilling, and I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna wait, and the moment you go for it, I'm gonna take your back and choke you out. But the grip he had was a toe hold. I wasn't ready for that. I was like, oh, I was laughing about it too. It was funny. I was like, oh, that was slick. I didn't see that coming. And can you see it? Nope, nope. Until I'm still working on the complete, because the setup was weird. I don't 100% understand the setup. So I'm not going to show people the setup until I fully understand it, all the counters for it, and then I'll show you guys. And then I'll let everyone see it. Because if I show people, then everyone's going to be running trying to do it. And why would I help my enemies? I think Taylor said the coldest thing ever. Taylor Moore. She said, the world is already trying to tear us down. Why would we help them? Why? Why would we help them? Why would I help you tear me down to make yourself feel better? Yep. Because every time I remember a couple of years ago, I tried to post I called it a low light series, where I was trying to post me getting submitted in the gym. And number one, it didn't get no likes. And then it was only like these weird haters, like posting it in a Reddit thread, talking like really bad about me. And I was just like, so nobody really wants to see me lose. It's just a bunch of insecure dudes that want to hold these videos in a Reddit thread. So that's why I don't do it. But I don't get submitted as much as at that time. But that's why. One day I'm gonna find a scenario where you lose against a 9-year-old army. Mark my words. Keep trying. Keep trying. Yeah, they were from Reddit. It was weird. Like, it was weird. I was like, and then I went to the thread in Reddit, and they were all excited. Like, it was just it was like a cult of haters. They were excited that I had a low light series. It was like, finally, he gets to show how terrible at jiu-jitsu he is. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm not. I was like, what the hell? You weirdos. I'm not posting this no more. I'm like, I'm not. Like, it was creepy. I was like, okay. But anyways, I do play chess. I do. I play a lot of chess. A lot of chess. All right. I think that's it. So let me give the outro. Somebody ask your questions before I hop off. Because I'm gonna say my outro. Jiu-Jitsu is a thinking martial art. You need to, not only when you train every day, your training is not complete if you didn't study jiu-jitsu in some form or fashion. Okay? You need to mentally, visually look at jiu-jitsu the same way you physically train jiu-jitsu, like train and drill. That's how you get better. That's how you get good. Okay? So, for my community that we're building, we have my spider connoisseurs. These are the people who only like my videos to show their support. I love you guys, but you guys have been letting me down. I need some likes on my videos. I need some thank you. You ain't gotta do nothing else, but that's my job is to get better and continue to give better information, provide better insight and entertainment. My connoisseurs, my likers, I need you guys to like these videos. My spider gang, you guys are getting better. I love you guys. You guys are getting better at commenting. Like after this live stream, put the spider emoji, something. Just throw up the gang sign, West Side. Love you guys. My super spiders. I believe we don't. I have a few super spiders. These are the people who like to give money. Once my connoisseurs and the spider gang can, get together, we're gonna have some super spiders, and I'm gonna have a studio one day, and I'll be able to throw tournaments, create tournaments for you guys, and create better content with better production. And here's the last. Someone asked me, they said, "Do you ever do gi?" I am a blue belt in gi, but I don't do gi no more because I believe gi is useless. That is my personal opinion. But I will probably compete in gi one day, just for the fun of it. And I think that's it. You guys have a nice day. Appreciate you guys. You all take care. This is another solid live.